Okay, we're live.
Okay. We're going to call to order the Columbia City Parks and Recreation Board meeting here, Monday, September 23rd, 2024. And we will do a roll call first.
Kim Varga.
Karen Cody.
Mark Ellis. Keith Nicholson is out, and so is Roger Farrell. So we have that going, but we will now turn this over to Matt for some discussion here.
One of the big things tonight, if I can get,
Did you?
I did not print out the agendas.
Yeah, I just noticed that. Okay.
So-
I'm going to look it up here on my phone.
That's actually what I was going to look for as well.
That's what I was looking for.
I do know that
Okay.
Eagle Park,
Could you get the agenda?
I didn't see it, no.
Okay, here.
Okay.
Just keep tapping the screen every few minutes.
Okay. So in front of you are the minutes from last meeting.
Mhm. Yes.
If you guys want to
Yeah,
take
I
a look
forgot
at
about that.
those
Yep.
and see if you want to approve those or not.
Doing a quick read here. Did you turn this on?
I did.
Okay.
Is it off already?
Well, it's blue, so. Is that
Okay.
Okay.
It's still,
Okay.
last time we didn't have like part of the conversation, it turned off.
Hmm.
So I'll have to keep looking over there every once in a while.
I move that we approve the minutes as submitted.
Okay.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, so move. Okay, now. Sorry.
I'll just kind of hit on some old business here, and then because the pool pricing may take a little while. And I don't know if I brought them down. I'm slacking today. May have to run up and go get them, or I can forward them to you, and you guys can look at them. What the pool did this year.
Oh, the numbers we're talking about.
Yeah, I thought I attached it to you guys' agenda, but
I don't think there's a second page there.
okay. Well, I will go ahead and I'll send those to you. I know Kim asked about that last meeting, so I was able to get those pulled together. Rosie pulled them together for us, and I can send them out. And if you guys have any questions, you can.
Sorry.
You guys can go ahead and reach out to me. That actually sparked me to look at the general admission price. So that's something that we'll talk about. The skate park will be dedicated ribbon cutting on October 3rd, and I believe it is at noon. I'll just double check here.
With the skate park or the pickleball court?
Pickleball court, I'm sorry. The skate park will not be started until November. Yes, it is noon. They're out in Utah, the Hunger skate park that's going to do ours.
Mhm.
They're out in Utah. They've ran into some trouble, but they're saying they could be here in November. And with the pre-grading that electric department did with the dozer and the water department did while they were doing that over there, really helped them out. So they said it might be 2-3 weeks quicker for them to get done because the rough grade's already been put in. Now, metal detecting in the parks.
Oh, yeah, last one, yep.
We just kind of talked about it last time.
Mhm.
Karen, you weren't here.
But I remember us talking about it a long time ago too, and I thought we decided no.
Okay,
Like,
We did,
it was quite a while ago.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that was when Mark was still.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, just kind of what happened is that the guys had come to me when I first took over the position, and I thought I'd give them a try. And it just so happens that someone has removed that metal detects a lot of our pins. So we in the football field where the Y play flag football, we have pins that way we can lay out the field really quick for the Y, and they've been pulled and laying on the greenway and such. So there was a lady, I can't think of her name, but she's with the Fort Wayne Metal Detecting Club, and so she called and talked to me because I told everybody that metal detecting was done. So I told her I'd bring it up. I brought it up at the last meeting, and I did not realize that you guys had already discussed that prior to me coming in.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was like an official, where they drew up an ordinance or anything like that, I don't know.
Yeah. But I remember them talking about tearing
I do know-
up, digging up spots.
Yeah,
and
there was holes and Mark was
Yeah,
like,
holes,
we can't do
and
that.
everybody's like, forget that then.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I don't know if there's an ordinance or anything that came about.
There hasn't been any
There
ordinance
probably should be, right?
come about from that.
Or no,
We
I
should
don't
look,
know how
we
it
should
works.
look into that, to get an ordinance written. I'll see if we need to do that. But if I could have someone make a motion so that we can get that process started, and I can let the person from Fort Wayne Metal Detecting that,
Just, do you want
uh,
to move to get an ordinance or move to
um,
not allow it?
yeah, movement to not allow it and to, research on an ordinance.
I move that we no longer allow metal detecting and that we investigate and the possibility of an ordinance.
Okay.
I second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye?
Aye.
There you go.
Okay.
I just don't wanna see holes,
No.
you know?
And like
If it's out in the woods, that's a little different, but
like I mentioned to you guys last time, I've not really come across any of the holes. They will dig around, that cuts the roots, and there's brown spots from where they do that, and they have dug up and taken some of our tools that we use to make things easier for us, like the stakes. So I don't want to come out and say that they're making holes because
Yeah.
they're not.
okay.
No, that's.
You know, they're being good in that respect. It's just that, you know, when you pull out a spike out of the ground that's about this tall, and then you know that that's probably in there for something because it has a washer on top of it, and then you find another one like 15 foot away, and then you find another one. You know,
It's a pattern.
Something.
Yeah. yeah,
Huh.
you would think something jumps out at them. Okay, so I'll look into that. New pool pricing. So our general mission right now is $5. Yeah, go ahead. Hopefully it works. That's general admission. Our adult admission for membership is $95. And then oh shoot.
95 per season.
Yeah, so an adult is 95 for the season. And the child, I don't want to misspeak. I don't know for sure on the child.
Do you have that stuff upstairs? You want to go get it?
So, child here's 40. I believe it's $20 less than the adult, so it'd be the $75 per child. In front of you, I've got the Plymouth public pool that is similar to ours, and I have the jury pool. Did you guys here? You might need these. You don't see the Plymouth one?
No. Just a jury pool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the Plymouth one. You guys want to take a minute and look at that. The jury pool one is obviously, we kind of patterned or looked at jury to be part of what we wanted as a pool. So they're set up as a lot like we are. They're a little bigger, but they're set up the way we are. Their ages from 3 to 54 is $6.
They don't list an annual
Yeah. The
membership on here, you have to call them. Do they do that so they can prorate it? Like, so if you come in like July, then it's paying less?
Yeah, I just copied this off the website real fast. I can get a hold of Nick and dive into that more. What I found by looking on the websites for everybody is that, like Bluffton, they still have a pool that's like 58 years old. So their admission price was like $2 for kids and $3 for adults. So I was trying to find something that was close to ours.
Mm-hmm.
And these were the two that I could find that was close. Most other parks, they don't have a pool. It's usually like a community pool from a YMCA.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very hard to get comparisons going. I can look again. I just know that with the cost of chemicals and things like that, everything's going up. And it is, like $5, so a family of 4 spend $20. I mean, that's really cheap family fun. I mean, it's not like I want to gouge anybody, but I can send those numbers out to you guys and let you see that with wages and things like that we're coming up with. That's the last thing.
Okay.
Yeah, you can keep it. This was the last thing on there. So I just wanted to bring that to you guys' attention. So if you are out and about, and we just want to try to get some pricing too, and I think I told you in the last couple meetings, is that we need to try to do some policy work with the pool. Change some of the verbiage, because it was used as, it's called a private party for the pavilion rental, and it's not. It would just be like a party rental
Okay.
or something. That's the kind of stuff we'll have to wade through, because when you say private party, everybody thinks that they're renting the whole pool
Right.
for the whole day.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of confusion there. So we just have to kind of get some of that wording down. So, because our pavilion only can accommodate 80 people.
Oh.
And then we add that into our bather load so that we know when we're going to hit capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Because our capacity is still at 400.
The pavilion there at the pool,
Mhm.
it's up to 80? Is that, did you say 80?
Yeah,
Wow.
80, because you can have the doors up
Oh.
and you can
That's
kind
a
of
lot.
flex.
That's a lot more than I thought.
It's a
Yeah.
fairly big space
Yeah.
inside. It really is. So I just wanted to kind of get that out there, see what you guys think about that general mission pricing. If it's good, fine. I'll send you those numbers out tomorrow. And I'll just put a little verbiage on there to kind of remind you that that's what we're kind of looking for is if we're, you know, obviously we're not. um, We're just trying to cover some costs
Right.
Yeah.
because there's no way we can cover it all. Pools are very expensive.
Are you thinking of just like a general admission of $6?
I was thinking 6 or 7. When I personally started thinking about this, the first number that popped in my head was 7, and family 4, that's 28.
Mhm.
So it's $8 more for a family of 4.
And what is our season pass again? How much is that?
For an adult, it's 95.
So is there a family season pass?
I
I
would,
see it's listed there.
Yeah, that
For
one,
that-
but that's pretty cheap
that
if they
Plymouth,
have their
yeah.
family.
yeah, I would have to look into that. I
Okay.
really don't. I really
Okay.
don't know.
I mean, that might be something to add on, but I think if I'm correct, wasn't it just $100? And
For the family?
yeah,
Well, for the family, it's $80.
I thought that was
For-
very cheap.
For us? Wait.
That's
No,
good.
that's for Plymouth.
Oh.
Yeah, it's good for 2 parents and their children, 18 and under.
Yeah, we would definitely have to have something a lot more than that. If we have, one adult is 95 and kids are 75.
Mm-hmm.
We just have a lot of people that are asking for, like a pool pass or,
Mhm.
because just a pool pass or a punch card, I believe is $50, and that's good for 10 punches.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be good to still offer that, do general admissions, maybe 7, but you can
Mhm.
buy the punch
Card
pass,
and you
a
can
card
get
for
every-
50
yeah.
and
Yeah,
that
it
would
gives you
save
10, so that
yeah.
saves you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 2, I mean, I think, you buy 2 passes for the season, you're at 100.
Mhm.
An adult is 95, so it's cheaper for you. If you have a child, you have to be 14 and under. If you're 14 and under, you have to have an adult
Mhm.
there.
Mhm.
If you're, 15 and above, then you can be there by yourself. Because we had some issues, not only this year, but a couple years ago, where I think we had the age to 12 and under. You couldn't be there without an adult. And we had a 13-year-old that was there by themselves and, needed attention and nobody knew. And so we tried to make that a little bit more clear.
You don't differentiate between, like local and resident and non-resident?
No, because people aren't honest. I mean,
Yeah.
I hate to say that out loud, but once they find out that that it's resident, non-resident, or in county, out of county, you might catch them the first time.
Right.
And honestly, the lines are pretty long too.
No, I just noticed that on that one, they
Yeah. saw that.
separated it, but
And we did do that when we had Burnworth,
Mhm.
but it was very hard to track. So.
not worth it, the extra, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you keep the general admission at a decent price, then that's still welcoming for everybody and
Mhm.
I would say
everything.
for the most part, it's probably, the vast majority are Whitley County
Yeah,
residents.
you can definitely come in on a very hot day and you can see Kosciuszko County plates, Allen County plates. Of course, we've had Ohio plates, but that might be somebody visiting
Right.
their
Right,
but yeah, we do have a steady stream of
it's good.
out of county stuff. Oh, yeah, it's a good problem to
It's a
have.
good thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very good problem to have. And we've been, at occupancy at least 2 times a week.
Hmm.
Nice.
So it's definitely being used and it's out there for people to come in. And, honestly, when you look at some of the prices and what we have compared to other places, it's pretty cheap to come in and, go have fun and slide down some slides, and you know, it's not a big water park, but it gives the kids something to do, and
Yeah.
Right.
the parents can sit there and watch, you know,
Mhm.
so. But yeah, that's just something that I will put together more, the pricing, even for the pavilion, how much that is for a time block of 4 hours
Okay.
is what we do. I'll also get all the pricing as far as punch cards, things of that nature, because we're starting to have people reach out to us and ask if we can, you know, like for a silent auction, can we get a couple? Can we get a couple
Mhm.
memberships? You know, things like that, and we would just like to. We like to have a value on it because some of them do ask. We did that last year, and someone asked how much we gave for, like a family pass.
Nice.
So they wanted to know how much so they could put it in their silent auction and things like that. So
Be great for Christmas gifts too.
we do have a lot of people come in December because that's our early bird,
Yep. Oh,
and so we discount it like crazy. I mean, it's 45-50% is what we discount it normally.
I'm gonna have to get one in December then.
And the first day
Watch for
that they go on sale, it's quite an activity, a lot of activity, and they're getting them. We've had grandparents come in and, you know, buy them for
Yep.
Christmas gifts and all that. They love that part of it. So, is there anything else you guys kind of want to know about that, or I'll try to get those numbers out to you tomorrow morning for how we did at the
Okay.
pool this year.
Okay, we can talk about that next month then.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Next month will
Yeah.
probably be more of just a pool meeting, so we can actually get a lot of things hammered out. I'll send you the numbers. I'll also send you what current pricing is, so you guys can take a look at that. So when you come, you know, we can have discussions and get some of that stuff nailed out, and
Okay.
we can move forward. Because it'll also help just getting a jump on the new pool season and letting everybody know this is
Mhm.
what's happening, so they just don't assume. Is there anything else anybody would like to see, ask? Anything?
Yeah, I have something. So in regards to the mountain bike trail that we have here in Morses Park, I've spoken to a gentleman that's done some work on the trail in Fort Wayne, and he has a group of guys that want to maybe come over and build some more advanced type of features on the trail, which could or could not be deemed dangerous, depends on who takes a look at that. And I told him I would bring it up here at the meeting and see what thoughts were on that. I know there's a continuous advancement in the sport, you know. So as you become a better rider, you want to do a little bit more daring things on the trail. So I told him I'd bring it up and just kind of open it up and see what you thought, if we should allow it or if we should discuss it or review it with the city attorney and see, you know, maybe find out what kind of features they're looking at doing and things like that. I know he did talk about these wood pier drops. So if you have a hillside, you know, like a wooden pier that just stops, and it might be 3-4 feet off the ground, and then you ride off of it and you land down the slope of the hill. So the faster you go, the farther down the slope of the hill you go. Fort Wayne has a few of those. I've done them. You drop maybe 10-12 feet and you land on the slope and just keep going. It's fine. But there's
Depending on who's doing it.
yeah. So they want to do some stuff similar to that out at Morses Park and try to bring up the excitement level, I guess, in the trail itself. So I wanted to bring that up to you and see what your thoughts were, if just maybe get a ball rolling or maybe not. I don't know. I told him I'd bring it up.
Just personally, two things is check in the safety part of it.
Yeah.
That's always something that first on that. And, you know, all the stuff behind it with Marcia, with the
Mhm.
city attorney and that. The other thing is would we still, I mean, would it be something that we could tell them that they could do more of an advanced here and leave the other trail alone so that you could keep, you know, progressing?
Yeah, so there's been, and they do this at Frankie, and most any good, well-built trail will have a ride around. So if you have a big jump here, you can ride around it. If you have a drop off, you have a bunch of rocks, you can ride around it. So
Okay.
there is an easier route. So if like someone gets a little nervous, they can just go around. They do have that.
Can you put signage, like this is advanced route, this is,
Yes, that would have
route?
to be something that would have to be done as well. And they have that at Frankie as well. They have that, you know, for the stuff that's a little more scary. They have plenty of signage up, which is great.
Yeah.
So I don't
It's something
don't
to
know,
check into.
something to check into, and
Yeah.
So is
See how
this
things
something
go.
that they would do, like, money-wise or whatever, they would do it, or?
well, there would have to be some funds raised. I know
Right.
he's offering to do the labor.
Mhm.
They have their own equipment. That would be something else to discuss, is because I think one of them has a mini skid steer to drive through the woods that you walk behind, things like that. So they've got some pretty high dollar stuff. A couple of guys do. So
But we'd have to pay for the signs and,
yeah, there would be some of that. There's maybe some fundraising activity.
Mhm.
Maybe the city pays for some. I don't know how all that would have to work. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know,
Um,
and that's the tough part.
and that would be the
Yeah.
part that I would have to find out, along
Yeah.
with making sure that it's all a good thing, is how can we go about paying for the material
Yeah,
and upgrading it
right.
for everybody. Yeah, so I can definitely check into that.
Yeah.
And let you guys kind of know what I find out next meeting.
Okay.
Or I can send that out via email and just say, hey, this is what I found, and we can go from there.
Okay. That's all I had. Anybody else have anything to discuss regarding the park
no,
or parks?
Oh,
Yes.
one more thing. I know this has been brought up to you guys before as far as the press box and the south bleachers
Oh,
over here at the JFL fields at Eagle Park there. I went by those. It was fine, but we've also been up there for 5 years now, 4 years, 5 years, and I drove by it this weekend, and it's really disintegrated kind of fast. I'm just letting you guys know I'm trying to find a way to where we can still not do a whole big expenditure for another press box, but yet give the JFL something so they can still run the scoreboard, and be able to, you know, do the music and kind of have that fun atmosphere. Part of me wants to look at getting rid of those south bleachers, and then that would allow us to put new stuff in the ground, to maybe get the press box off the ground at 10 feet, you know, because it doesn't
Right.
have to be as tall if you're not going to have the
Right.
bleachers there. And then if we do that, then that'll allow that conduit and everything of all the wiring that comes up to that, then that can actually be bent down. And so we have extra wire then to go
mm-hmm.
across into, so we don't have to do a whole lot of
Yeah, pull new wires.
data,
Yeah.
you know, stuff. But that's something that is also, that's kind of just come up, you know, and it's got to be looked at. So I'll keep you guys abreast of that
Okay.
as to what I found. And the other part of it is that we don't want to, you know, there's a master plan and a road,
Road's
supposed to go through there.
Yeah, right.
So that's another reason why I don't want to, you know, have to
No.
spend a bunch of money. but not knowing how fast all that's gonna go, I don't think the press box will hold up as long as it may take to get that road through there. And if, what's that?
Could the press box be rebuilt and built? I mean, I've never been up there, I don't know how all that works, or how it is constructed. But could it be built onto the current bleachers where it's attached to the bleachers?
I don't know, that'd be something I have
And brought
to,
down lower?
yeah, we'd have to
Because it's clear
remove.
at the top, right?
Yeah, we'd have to remove some of the seats. And we'd have to make sure that,
Then when the field does get moved, the bleachers will just move right with it? Or the bleachers gonna come out completely?
I don't think the bleachers will be saved.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I think that's something that, in the master plan, that whole thing moves. And so when it moves, I'm sure it'll get, you know, different seating around it, because we don't need that type of venue to be able to hold 1,000 people,
Yeah.
you know.
That's
So I think then it would be cut down to a manageable size of what we need. If we do something like that in the bleachers, we would just have to make sure that, that nobody could sit in front,
Sure.
so that they could still have a out there.
Mhm.
But that's something we can definitely look into, because I would imagine it to be a sturdy frame. Just a matter of as if the like the weight of the press box is quite a bit more than a person.
Mm.
You know, if you get 10 people in this area, would it
Oh.
equal what that press
Sure.
box
Sure.
would be sitting there on those metal crossbucks and all that?
Mhm.
So, but yeah, you can look at something like that too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great amenity, and I'd hate to have
Yeah, and
not
I'm,
used or tore down, right? I mean, it's kind of
And-
cool
and
that JFL kids can have
we-
Yeah,
that.
I was up there 15 years ago and it was scary.
Yeah.
Then, I can't imagine what it's like now.
yeah, it's something. And the one end that they added on towards the baseball fields, they added that one for like a press area,
Hmm.
and that's actually gone down. It's sinking. So there's quite a nice ridge in the flooring right there, and we don't ever go over there. I mean, we stay around here, but it's just something that, you know, if it does come down, it could potentially hurt a lot of people, and
Sure.
it wouldn't need to be
Yeah, I mean,
necessary to
it's-
do that.
Safety is probably number one on that, because
Yeah.
you're more than a couple of feet off the ground, right?
Right, exactly. And that's something too with getting the bleachers out of there. We could build just a simple one, 10 foot off the ground,
Mhm.
and
Have a ladder going up to the road.
and move it and have a much safer to go up to it, and it still would be, because I mean a lot of people like it. I
Yeah.
mean they've gotten used to it. They can see score, and you know the little kids are all excited about it. And then October 12th is when the kids get to actually play out on the high school field. So that is a really big day for them. They get to be out on the high school field, and Coach Fox actually gives the announcements.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he announces what's going on, and I think it's something that he really enjoys to do too, and the kids just have a ball with it. So we definitely want to, you know, keep the program going down that road. So that was just to kind of give you a heads up as
Okay.
to what's happening there. So, but I do not have anything else.
Okay. Well, we need a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
And I'll second it.
All right, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. So, good night.